Hello, welcome back to The Sapling, a podcast discussing plants, insects, food, and people. I'm your host, Dr. Jelagat. In today's podcast, I will talk about the dung beetles, cow dung, and the lessons of the land. Growing up on a small subsistence farm in our village, Kapkoi in Kenya, offered me a unique education. Lessons that were not confined to a classroom, but rooted in the soil, the animals, and the rhythms of life with our kin. The plant, the animal, the fungi, the protists, and the prokaryotes. Among the many teachers I encountered were the dung beetles, humble creatures that taught me about timing, sharing, and the intricate balance of nature, and understanding that we all coexist and at times compete for resources. Dung beetles are found on every continent except Antarctica, grasslands, forests, deserts, farmlands. They thrive anywhere animals produce dung. In Kenya, especially in my home region, the beetles are a common sight, particularly around cow dung. Cattle are a very important animal in our Kalenjin culture. I will talk more about cattle later. Dung beetles belong to the order Coleoptera, a name derived from the Greek words koleos, meaning sheath, and pteron, meaning wing, referring to their hardened forewing known as the elytra. The elytra protects the delicate hindwings and abdomen, allowing beetles to burrow, tunnel, and to explore diverse habitats while retaining their ability to fly. Beetles are the most diverse life forms on Earth with over 350,000 described species globally. Their success is largely due to the protective elytra, which shields them from the environmental hazards and allows them to exploit a wide variety of ecological niches. Beetles include predators, scavengers, plant feeders, and frugivores. Among them, my amazing teachers, the dung beetles, stand out for their ecological importance. Dung beetles have chewing mouth parts adapted to their diet. Their mandibles are broad and flat, designed for grinding rather than tearing. The maxillae and the labium help handle and taste the dung, while the labrum acts like an upper lip. The hypopharynx functions like a tongue, moving food into their mouth. Unlike flies, dung beetles do not suck up liquid. Instead, they chew and ingest fine particles, especially the microbial-rich liquid and partially digested plant matter. Most dung beetles rely on bacteria and protozoa in dung for nutrients, as well as symbiotic gut microbes to digest complex materials. My personal relationship with dung beetles began with a chore, collecting fresh cow dung every Saturday morning to smear the floor of our mud hut. The hut, built with mud walls and a grass-thatched roof, required regular maintenance. The floor in particular needed weekly attention to keep it clean and free of pests such as fleas, termites, and ants. Fleas especially motivated me to get on with the task because they were very hard to control. Fleas often hitchhiked on our cats and dogs, and therefore it was hard to really keep them away, but they were annoying. On such mornings, my number one task was to fetch a bucket of fresh dung before the beetles got to it. At sunrise, I would head to the pastures, scooping dung with my hands, while beetles rolled it away or burrowed beneath it while others tried to lay their eggs. Some cow dung vanished underground right before my eyes as the beetles were eagerly pulling the dung with them into the ground. Others made a mess, crawling all over the pile and making it harder to collect. It was a case of the earliest creature gets the poop. These early morning encounters taught me more than just discipline. They revealed the beetles' role in waste management and nutrient cycling. Our animals grazed in rotating paddocks, and I noticed that the grass in the previously grazed paddock would grow lush and vibrant once the animals moved on. The dung, combined with the disturbance caused by trembling and beetle activity, triggered a burst of growth. It was a living lesson in regeneration and the interconnectedness of life. I also noticed the abundance of beetles during the rainy season, and when the cattle diet was supplemented with legumes planted just for them. Kenya is home to rich diversity of dung beetles, particularly within the subfamily Scrabiniae. In my region, there are around 20 species that are commonly found, mostly associated with cattle dung or cow dung. In contrast, central Kenya, for example, hosts nearly 4 times as many dung beetle species because of the variety of habitats, large herbivore population, and diverse anthropogenic land use practices. Dung beetles are typically classified into 3 functional groups. The rollers. The beetles shape the dung into balls and roll it away to bury as food or breeding chambers. The tunnelers. These dig tunnels beneath the dung and bury it directly below. The dwellers. These live and breed directly within dung piles. And those are the ones that would make a mess and scatter the dung all over. Dung beetles contribute significantly to ecosystem health. They improve soil fertility by burying the dung. They reduce fly and parasitic population when they disturb their habitats or they eat the larvae. They aid in seed dispersal because cow dung has seeds in it and therefore they bury them into the ground. Their presence and diversity can serve as indicators of environmental quality as well as the dietary health of the herbivores. Abiotic factors such as rainfall, soil pH, mineral content, and moisture can influence beetle activity, as do biotic interactions with organisms such as termites, earthworms, and humans, like me competing for the cow dung. Human influence is especially critical today. Changes in land use and animal diets affect dung quality, which in turn impacts the beetle population, and on and on. The bioavailability and biotransfer of compounds through animal feed can alter the composition of dung and therefore influencing the ability of beetle species to thrive. In reflecting on my childhood, I realized that dung beetles were more than just competitors for cow dung. They were silent educators, showing me the value of waste, the power of timing, and the beauty of ecological balance. They work beneath our feet to sustain the land we depend on. And in their quiet, persistent way, they remind us that even the smallest creatures can have the greatest impact. I mean, we would be buried in poop if it wasn't for the beetles. Special thanks to our amazing producer, Jonah Yerman, for all his work behind the scenes. Thank you for listening. Talk soon.